Welcome to my YouTube channel where I delve deep into the world of movies and bring you exciting explanations that will enrich your viewing experience like never before. Avatar: The Way of Water's ending sets up a few storylines for its remaining sequels to tackle. We break down the film's ending and what's next. Avatar: The Way of Water's ending sets up the future of James Cameron's sequels, but it ends on a somber note. 13 years after Avatar splashed into theaters in 2009, Cameron returns to the world of Pandora with a fresh story and a plethora of new characters who must take their own journeys throughout The Way of Water. The Avatar sequel has been met with mostly positive reviews from critics, and the film's ending promises to be only the beginning of a new chapter for the Na'vi, who remain under threat of the RDA's expansion on Pandora. Conflicts raged, characters died, and certain mysteries went unresolved. Avatar: The Way of Water's ending tied up some loose ends while also setting the stage for what's to come in the franchise's 3 remaining sequels. Avatar: The Way of Water wraps up certain storylines, and pays off the growing conflict and tension between Jake Sully and Colonel Miles Quirrich in Na'vi form, who hunted him and his family throughout the sequel. Crucially, it's revealed that Kiri can control the wildlife of Pandora when connected to any part of Iva. Over the course of the film, the Metkayina were reluctant to involve themselves in Jake and Neytiri's battle with the humans, but once they saw the threat being posed to their way of life in the Tulkun, they quickly allied themselves with them. During the final battle, Quirrich nearly drowns after fighting Jake, but he's saved at the last minute by Spider. Scosby's hunting of the Tulkun is completely thwarted and his ship destroyed, which results in Pyken's life being saved. Before closing out, the Sully family is hit with the loss of Neteyam, who died after being shot in the chest during the battle with Quirrich. The Na'vi believe no life is truly lost after death, and Neteyam's body is returned to Iva. Jake's able to reunite with his dead son when neurally connected to the Metkayina's ancestral tree, the bond called Sahelu. The connection taps into Jake's memories, recalling one of his fondest moments with his son Neteyam back when he was a child and Jake was teaching him. The father-son reunion is bittersweet, but it showcases the ways in which everything is connected in Pandora, and how nothing truly dies. Through this connection, Jake will always be able to see his son even if he doesn't get the chance to watch him grow into an adult. Neteyam's death forever connected the Sully family with Avatar 2's Metkayina clan, and they decided to remain among them despite the conflict between Jake and Quirrich seemingly being over for now to be close to their son. Returning to the Omatake at such a crucial time in their fight against the RDA would be a step backward. Jake realized that remaining on the defense in the war between humans and Na'vi put him and his family in a position of unpreparedness. Now they know what they're up against. Jake and Neytiri can work with the Metkayina and other water clans, so they are better equipped to fight Quirrich and the RDA in the future. One of the biggest mysteries throughout Avatar: The Way of Water was the identity of Kiri's father. Kiri's siblings surmised it could have been a fellow scientist who worked alongside Drive. Grace Augustine, but the fact that Kiri has unique abilities and a deep connection with Iva the other Na'vi do not suggest otherwise. It's possible Kiri's father is Iva due to Grace's special connection with the goddess. This makes the most sense, as it's doubtful Kiri's father is anyone from the Metkayina clan, as they had yet to be discovered in Avatar. Learning the identity of Kiri's father will likely shed light on her mysterious connection with Iva. Quirrich was fueled by revenge throughout Avatar: The Way of Water, and it's likely he'll carry on his mission to destroy Jake Sully. But after suffering a major loss, Colonel Quirrich might retreat to the RDA's base for a while until he's gathered more troops and weaponry to come after Jake once more. He'll be more angry this time, which could mean he'll become more violent. It's possible Quirrich will also come to realize he does actually care for Spider, especially after his son rescued him from the ocean's depths. Avatar 2 could begin Quirrich's redemption arc, though his desire for vengeance will probably overpower any minor affection he has for Spider. One of the biggest mysteries throughout Avatar: The Way of Water was the identity of Kiri's father. Kiri's siblings surmised it could have been a fellow scientist who worked alongside Drive. Grace Augustine, but the fact that Kiri has unique abilities and a deep connection with Iva the other Na'vi do not suggest otherwise. It's possible Kiri's father is Iva due to Grace's special connection with the goddess. This makes the most sense, as it's doubtful Kiri's father is anyone from the Metkayina clan, as they had yet to be discovered in Avatar. Learning the identity of Kiri's father will likely shed light on her mysterious connection with Iva. Quirrich was fueled by revenge throughout Avatar: The Way of Water, and it's likely he'll carry on his mission to destroy Jake Sully. But after suffering a major loss, Colonel Quaritch might retreat to the RDA's base for a while until he's gathered more troops and weaponry to come after Jake once more. He'll be more angry this time, which could mean he'll become more violent. It's possible Quaritch will also come to realize he does actually care for Spider, especially after his son rescued him from the ocean's depths. Avatar 2 could begin Quaritch's redemption arc, though his desire for vengeance will probably overpower any minor affection he has for Spider. 1805, 1608 Predator, How the Way of Water's ending sets up Avatar 3, 4 and 5. Avatar, The Way of Water wraps up one part of the storyline, but it leaves several plot threads hanging by the end. The film's ending suggests there are bigger battles on the horizon, and the tension between the RDA and the Na'vi will escalate and lead to even more hostility and violence from the humans. Neteyam's death also sets up Locke as the son Jake and Neytiri will look to moving forward. He'll have to step up in a big way, and it's possible Locke might lead the final war in Avatar 5. His romance with Rhea could also become a major part of the story, uniting the Metkayina with the Omatake more permanently. What's more, The Way of Water's introduction to Amrita, a yellow substance taken from the Tulkun, could become a crucial aspect in the Avatar sequels. With the other water clans witnessing firsthand the destruction and violence wrought by the humans, it's possible they will join the Metkayina in allying with Jake and his family against Quaritch. There's also the tension between Spider and Neytiri, and the former saving Quaritch from death will surely not sit well with her, potentially creating an ongoing conflict between the pair that won't be resolved until the final Avatar sequels. Ultimately, The Way of Water is setting up the younger generation to lead the ongoing fight. Avatar, The Way of Water centers becoming a parent, and the very real fear that comes with that. Jake and Neytiri's journeys are especially connected to that as they decide what takes precedence in their lives, the Omatake or their family. That theme is mirrored with Tonawari and Ronal's relationship with their own children and clan. When the Salis first arrive, they want nothing to do with their fight, choosing to protect the Metkayina above all. But that changes when Tonawari and Ronal's children face danger. Avatar 2 showcases the complexities of being a parent, how decision-making and perspectives change when children are involved, and the fear of losing them. James Cameron's film also touches upon the violence of colonization. Although there are some humans who live in harmony with the Na'vi, the RDA and Quaritch are examples of how colonizers have historically treated indigenous populations with brute force, the slow destruction of their land, and the theft of their resources. Avatar, The Way of Water suggests how, despite years of peace, colonizers like the RDA won't stop until they get what they want, which ultimately leads to the violent seizure and control of Pandora. Avatar 2 is a lesson in what colonization looks like through a fictional world that also reflects human history. Even with a runtime of over 3 hours, there were scenes cut from the Avatar, The Way of Water ending. One such scene took place near the end of the final battle when the members of the Metkayina tribe were reunited with their children. The Metkayina tribe's absence during the battle is noticeable in the scene would have given some reminder of their stake in this, but it was decided the scene took away from the core family. Interestingly, another key scene missing from the Avatar, The Way of Water ending concerned the core family. Following their defeat of Quaritch and his forces, the movie allowed for one final moment of mourning for Jake and Neytiri's eldest child as they conduct a funeral service for Neteyam. This would have certainly been a heartbreaking end, however, the movie still found a way to deliver a fitting end for the character in the finished version. And that's a wrap. Thanks for watching and learning about the behind-the-scenes magic of your favorite movies.